Yeah.
Hi guys, it's your girl Krystle Esdelle Pro Beauty and welcome back to my channel. Yay! So I'm here to give you guys a story. I like storytelling. I like to talk. I like the smalls. This is why I came on normal, you know, relax and chill. So you get comfortable. I have a story for you. I'm gonna start right now. 2 weeks ago, I was contacted by this guy called Quincy Gibbs, and he is the owner of a show called Rowdy with Q on Instagram. He wanted to know about my life in the athletic world. He wanted to know about my faith. He wanted to know about how it is in quarantine and all these stuff to be on his show. So I did the show on Instagram Live, and that show was awesome from my point of view. Let me tell you what this show, Talking with Quincy, did for me. One, it made me appreciative. It made me thankful of all that I have and all that I am and all that I accomplished. It made me so filled with gratitude because, you know, in this time you can get caught up in the news and everything that's around you, and you lose sight of what's really important to you. And this interview brought that back for me. It was like, Krystle, girl, look at what you've been through. Look at what you accomplished in your life. Look at you, Nagil. You're here in Italy. Yes, you're in quarantine. Yes, you're stuck in your house, but you have so much to be thankful for. I'm like, girl. I'm like talking to myself. I'm like, Chrissy, wow. Look at what you accomplished in your life. Like, whoa. And this all started with the interview with Quincy. Amazed, and I'm in awe at how much stuff God literally brought me out of. He brought me out of so much stuff in my life, and it started from like when I was a child and everything, and I was like reflecting on all the good things that God did for me throughout my volleyball career, throughout my life, throughout everything. And I was like, I'm gonna get through this. I am going to get through this quarantine period. I am so grateful. I am so amazed at how strong I am to be here alone without any friends close by, and I'm just here day after day alone, and I just have my internet and I can just talk to people online and everything. But guys, this is me being real with you. It's so amazing to know that whatever I've been through in my life, God had my back, man. He talked about how I started with volleyball. He asked me about my family. We talked about all these things, all that I've been through in my life. We talked about it, and I shared it on live. Like, if you missed it, I have a clip right here for you to look at it and to understand that if you believe, you can achieve. And it goes back to the scripture, whatever things you ask for in prayer, believe that you can receive it. And it's so true. It's so true that my life, like, I prayed to be a professional volleyball. I played to be a professional volleyball player. I literally prayed for that. And I am, and I believe it. And I worked really hard. You can see all that in the clip, but I'm just here to tell you guys that yes, you can achieve. Yes, you can have your dreams. Yes, you can be whatever you put your mind to. I am a living testimony about that. And I'm like, yes, Lord, you did it again. Yes, I'm so grateful. Like, I have all of this to be thankful for. Like, I am a professional volleyball player. And this is something I dreamed about. This is something I worked really hard to become. And I set my mind and I set my goals, and I was like, I'm working towards this. Because God got me, and I'm living my life to glorify Him because He is awesome. My God, He's so awesome. He did it for me, and He can do it for you. Whatever you're holding on to right now, give it on to God. Give it on to God and rejoice and celebrate. Just look at all the good things that has happened to you. Just look at all the good things that He has brought you out of, and focus on that. Like, yes. And you're going to be like, yes. Because I am like, yes. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, God did that for me. Oh my God. Every setback is a comeback, and I've been set back so so much time. I'll give you that story. I'll give you story after story after story about all my setbacks and all my comebacks and everything, because I want to be real with you. I want to be real with all of you sitting at home or wherever you are right now looking at this video, that everything is possible. I, Krystle Esdelle, I'm living proof that everything is that anything is possible. Like, yo, I'm an island girl. My humble beginnings are very humble. I'm just here to tell you that anything is possible. Believe in your dreams. You can, if anybody has any story to tell me, write it in the comments below. Let me know. I want to really know your stories and what you're going through and what you're overcome right now, because this is my story I want to share with you guys. I'm thanking you also for subscribing to my channel, and I hope to see you again. I hope you enjoyed this clip.
Is she there? Yo!
Yes, I am. Let me get it.
I didn't know you were there. I was like, I was like, is she there? Is she where? I'm looking at the comments, seeing who joined, and I didn't see you. I was like, oh my God. How are you?
I'm okay.
You're okay. How's quarantine life?
Well, as you can see, it's going very well.
Well, you look awesome, my God.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. So you are this amazing, crazy pro volleyball player, which is absolutely insane. Holy smokes, man. How did you, when you were young, did you want to be a volleyball player? Was that your goal? No.
Sport was not in my agenda when I was young. No.
Really?
Really? I grew up poor. So when we were young, you know, it was just like when you go to school, you finish school, you get a job, and you live your life from paycheck to paycheck, day to day. And I remember when I was 17, there was this one, I was with my sister, and she was going to the supermarket, and I was standing outside the supermarket, and this one man pulled up in front of me, just stopped the car real crazy, like literally, it's like, he stopped the car, and he came up to me. He's like, have you ever played volleyball?
What?
He's like, have you ever heard of the sport volleyball? I'm like, no. And he gave me his card, and he said, you should come and play sometimes. I have a volleyball club, and you should come out and try out and everything. And I was like, okay. And my sister's like, do you know this man? I'm like, no, I never met this guy.
What? Are you kidding me?
No joke. This guy was Mr. Terrence Honoré. Literally, he pulled, I was like, and I went home and I said, Mom, this guy told me about volleyball and I want to try this. And she's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I want to go try it. I want to go try it out. And she's like, okay. And she's like, yes, she'll take me to the court. I went there, and that is how I started volleyball.
What? Oh my God.
Yes.
At 17?
At 17.
Wow. Did you play any sports previous?
Well, in school, we had like cricket, because that's a national sport in Trinidad. So we played cricket, and we played netball. I did track and field, because track and field is like the hurrah of Trinidad also. So
Of course.
So I did these things in Trinidad. So this is what I played in school, only in school.
Wow. Wow. And so this volleyball thing was out, not even on your radar.
It was nothing. Really. It came to me. It dropped on my lap, and I was like,
wow. So when you started playing, you just fell in love with it.
yeah, yes, because when I went to the practices with Mr. Honoré, we had a Cuban coach there at the time. Her name was Ana Maria, and she was trying to get me to play and to start and everything, but she didn't stay long. And I remember going to practices there and training, and then I stopped off because I tried out for the national team, and I got dropped. I was like, the first time I tried out for Trinidad and Tobago national team, I got dropped. The guy was like, yeah, he was like, No, no, no. And I was like, I'm not playing volleyball anymore. I stopped it. I went home. I said to my mom, I don't want to do this no more. These people are crazy. And I'm like, I'm going to get a job and see after my life. I'm so mad.
Oh man, imagine.
And yeah, and I remember when I was 21, my friend who I made in volleyball, Riza, she called me and she was like, Krystle, we have a new coach for the national team. He's Cuban. You should come and try it out. I'm like, I don't want to meet these people anymore. I don't want nothing to do. He's like, no, come. You need to come. And I was like, okay, I will go. And I had to go all the way to Port of Spain, the north of Trinidad, because that's really far for Trinidad, for South people. It can be 10 minutes. It's really far for South people. We're like,
I ain't going over there.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. I will go to Port of Spain. And I went with her, and we went to the practice, and for the first time I walked in the practice, the coach was like, I was like, why is this guy looking at me like this is weird? Ew. And my friend was like, it's okay, that's how he is. He's trying to figure out all the players because he didn't speak English. He was just there.
Wow.
He was doing like a roll call. He was just taking all the players, looking for the certain type of player, and he was just taking in everybody because everybody was new in that time. Everybody was like, because he just came and he's trying to build a team. And I remember after the practice, this is what changed my life forever. I remember that first practice I went to, he took me aside after the practice, and he said to me, he said, do you know you can make money for playing volleyball? Just pay? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, you have the condition, you have the height, you have the physique. You can be a very good volleyball player. You can be a professional athlete. He's saying all of this, and the only thing that's stuck in my mind, I can get paid?
Yes. I know it.
I'm like, what? This sport is like zero on the radar of Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago doesn't know anything about volleyball. And he's telling me, and he said, all you have to do is come every day and work very hard, and you can play professionally all over the world. And yes, get paid. That was it. That was like my dream went rockets.
Wow.
Really. And I never stopped ever since.
Wow. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Oh my, it's really this story for me, it's so close to my heart because he saw something in me that I didn't see, because I distinctly remember that, because I have like knocked knees and everybody was laughing at that. They're like, oh, she can't play. She's not strong. She's going to fall. They said a lot of things in those times. And I remember them like, oh, I'm not good enough, but he came and he's like, no, you are good enough. He was the one person out of everybody that said, you are going to be great. You are going to be that professional player. He's the one person that he sold me the dream and I bought it. Like, okay, one person out of everybody. I'm like, wow, I'm gone.
Right? Wow, you ran with it, man. You're like, let's do it.
Yeah. So this is why like my faith is so strong. Like he said, if somebody says, okay, we can do this, we put in the work.
Oh my gosh, wasn't that exciting? Wasn't that nice? That story was so real. That story was me, guys. That was me. That was my upbringing story. And there's more videos and more clips, but I'll send you guys the Quincy Gibbs Instagram page and you can see the rest of that interview there. And I want to thank you guys for looking at this video. Oh, I want to thank Quincy. Quincy, thank you for having me on your show. Really, I appreciate it. And your show, you know what your show did for me? It reawakened my whys. It made me realize, why am I doing this? Why am I in this? And why? You made me get back to my whys of really my humble beginnings. It brought me back to my whys. I want to thank you for your show, because your show really did something for me that day, and I really hope that your show continues and you continue to do what you're doing, and I wish you many success. I wish you have so much success you don't even know what to do with it, with the show. So guys, go check out his show on Instagram, Rowdy with Q. Is really good, it's really inspiring, and he's doing something really good. Thank you very much for having me there, and I want to thank all my people who are watching me right now. Go out, get motivated, and do something, but stay inside. Peace.